What does it really mean for an AI to think? Today, we're diving deep into interview.net. Dependency injection. Headline: DI defines the senior threshold. Dependency injection is the architectural spine of every modern .NET application, from minimal APIs to microservices. Interviewers use DI questions to instantly separate syntax copiers from system designers. They expect you to navigate lifetime conflicts, scope nesting, and disposal ordering without hesitation. The strategic importance is clear. DI mastery correlates directly with senior level offers. This keynote introduces a reasoning framework that transforms your interview answers into system design narratives. But here's where it gets interesting. The fragmented knowledge trap. Headline: you know the pieces. The interview tests the system. Candidates learn add not saved, add transient, add singleton through isolated code snippets. But interviews chain these concepts. If a scoped service consumes a transient and both are used in a singleton, what happens? Tutorials never simulate that causal chain. They teach registration, not runtime behavior. As a result, even experienced developers fail architectural rounds, not from lack of skill, but fragmented mental models. The existing approach is insufficient. So what's the real problem? Let's talk about rote recall masquerades as understanding. Headline: memorization breaks under architectural pressure. Reciting singleton is one instance is trivial. Predicting disposal when a scoped service factory creates singletons inside a using block is not. Cheat sheets offer definitions but omit causality. They promote pattern matching, not reasoning. ASP.NET Core's request scope model demands you simulate lifetimes mentally. Without a causal framework, answers are guesses. Interviewers detect this immediately. The root cause: we confuse familiarity with comprehension. The industry has overinvested in shortcuts. The bottleneck is a missing operating system for the mind. This raises a critical question: the DI operating model. Headline: a unified mental framework for every DI question. Interview.net Dependency injection introduces a layered reasoning stack: registration, lifetime, resolution, disposal. This mirrors the actual Microsoft.Extensions.Dependency execution model, not abstract theory. Each layer answers a specific class of interview probe. Missing one creates cognitive gaps that interviewers exploit. The framework transforms isolated facts into a causal chain, enabling you to derive answers on the fly. It's not about memorizing more. It's about organizing what you know into a system. Now, let's zoom in on the 5-layer architecture. Headline: layered reasoning prevents missing links. Container configuration, service descriptors, open generics, decoration, keyed services.NET 8. Registration strategies: add, triad, factory delegate, instance, enumerable. Lifetime semantics, runtime creation, caching, disposal contracts for transient, cloped, singleton, resolution pipeline, constructor selection, dependency resolution, IArmorable ISOC spider injection. Scope hierarchy, nested scopes, ownership, validation of captive dependencies. This vertical stack is the backbone of the operating model. Mastery is sequential. Here's something most people overlook: lifetime engine, the heart of DI. Headline: transient, cloped, singleton are runtime contracts. Transient, new instance per resolve. Danger: captive dependency when injected into singleton. Load one instance within a scope, e.g. HTTP request. The killer scenario: resolving scoped from singleton, triggers, and applering. Singleton, created once, must be thread-safe, disposed only at app shutdown. Understanding these contracts, not just keywords, resolves 80% of DI interview traps. We'll simulate the engine in real time, watch lifetimes cascade across scope boundaries. Think about this for a second. Registration patterns that shape architecture. Headline: choose the pattern that communicates intent, direct, simplest, least flexible. Good for stable dependencies. Factory: defers creation, enables conditional logic, e.g. multi-tenant key. Open generics: register at a bark scene, implement once, resolved for all T. Decorator: wrap an interface to add cross-cutting concerns. Requires Scruter or manual proxying. Interviewers ask, how would you implement X? To test your fluency in pattern selection. These patterns are the vocabulary of DI architecture. Choose the wrong one, and your design speaks of inexperience. And this is where things get complex. The resolution pipeline step by step. Headline: object construction is deterministic, trace it. Step 1. Request directs from container. Step 2. Container retrieves service descriptor chain, including lifetime metadata. Step 3. Recursively resolve constructor dependencies. Check cache per lifetime rules. Create if absent. Step 4. Inject dependencies, return instance. Mastering this pipeline demystifies circular references, disposal timing, and scoped validation. It's the engine's blueprint. We'll visualize this pipeline live, debugging a complex object graph. But here's where it gets interesting. The 4-phase interview answer framework. Headline: transform questions into system design conversations. Clarify, restate the scenario's scope and DI boundaries. Ask clarifying questions about the app's architecture. So, what's the real problem? Let's talk about impact on interview outcomes. Headline: from fragmented recaller to architectural communicator. Before, answers collapsed under cross-lifetime questions. Captive dependencies went undetected. After, candidates diagrammed DI containers on whiteboards, trace causality, and proactively discuss trade-offs. In early trials, 9 out of 10 users reported increased architecture round success. Hiring managers observed a marked difference. Candidates stopped guessing and started engineering. This is the tangible outcome of thinking in systems, not snippets. This raises a critical question: the interview.net ecosystem. Headline: DI mastery unlocks a comprehensive interview methodology. Same system thinking applies to Mediator pipeline behaviors, minimal API endpoint filters, EF core complexic scoping. Each module follows the layered architecture, registration, lifetime, scope. Candidates build a unified mental model, reducing cognitive load across the stack. Future modules, gRPC interceptor lifetimes, background service scoping, test fixture isolation. Interview.net becomes your continuous interview mastery platform. DI is the entry point. Now let's zoom in on launch today. Headline: the DI operating model is available now. For individuals, coaching teams, and enterprise engineering orgs. Includes interactive container simulations, lifetime debugging labs, and mock architectural interviews with real-time feedback. Stop rehearsing answers. Start architecting responses. Join the shift to system-level interview preparation. Interview.net, dependency injection, launch day.